Welcome to Haxby Shed. Something a bit different today. I don't know how it goes with you, but our kids are often asking me to come and repair something for them. And just recently my daughter moved into a house and she found that she had virtually no pressure on the showers upstairs. In fact, there was low pressure everywhere upstairs and it was kind of okay downstairs. So we fixed it, took quite a bit of thought, 20 minutes work and £3.50 to put it right, or at least good enough. I'm round at my daughter's to do another dad job. They recently moved into another house. Downstairs the water pressure is fine, upstairs they have very low pressure. It's so low that if they're using the electric shower and somebody turns a tap on upstairs, the showers will cut out, the safety feature on the showers will cut out the flow. So we're going to investigate. The water pipe feeding upstairs is actually in this cupboard behind me where the boiler is, and it's on this left hand side here. Now it's very difficult to get to those. We've checked at the bottom of these pipes here and it seems to be, as you'd expect, just a copper pipe coming off the main and up to go upstairs. Now we've no clue where this problem is. I'm assuming it's dirt in a pipe or it's a squashed pipe somehow. We've spoken to the previous two owners. They both say, oh, everything's fine, nothing was ever wrong. Now, my daughter's house has dormer windows upstairs, which means the roof's like that and the windows for the bedrooms come out like this. And the pipe comes up in this little triangle of roof here. So rather than taking floors upstairs just now, I'm going to climb a ladder, take a few tiles off and see if I can see where this pipe comes up through the ceiling, and then we can find out where it's routed. So that's the plan. Oh, and it's raining. Well, literally 10 minutes to scoot up the ladder, take a couple of tiles off, cut a section of felt out, move the insulation and find the pipes. I'll show you a picture. Can you see in there? So nearest me coming up we've got hot and cold, and they're branching left and right just at this point. Now the theory we had was that those pipes were going under the bedroom floor and then splitting, and then maybe, you know, some joist or other had squashed the pipe, but then now it seems very unlikely. And then the other two pipes at the other side there, they're all about central heating radiators. But it saves us taking a load of floors up to try and figure this out. Just slipping a few tiles off. Easy enough to do. I'll just put a bit of roofing felt over there to patch it up and slip the tiles back on. So having worked out that those feed pipes, hot and cold, run in the roof space and we don't need to take any floors up, I rummaged about in a cupboard in the bathroom and took out the box section around the pipework, and I've managed to find where the water pipes come in. So they come in copper and then they convert over to PEX. Now you can see there just about a T. So to my right goes to the toilet, to the furthest away is the feed coming in, and to my left is going round to a sink. But those are fed from a ball valve. I'll try and give you a shot of that. There you are. You can see hot and cold coming in, and the lower one is cold. You see the ball valve and you see where it joins on to the plastic pipe. Now I did a bit of an experiment and I've discovered upstairs that the hot and the cold run at about the same pressure. Now if there was a failure in just the cold feed, you'd expect that to be lower than the hot, even though the hot does go through the boiler. So it suggests more that there's a sort of systematic problem. Now my theory is that those ball valves are too restrictive. They're probably small bore, and if you're running a shower and the tap at the same time, I suspect there's just not enough flow. Here's one that I brought with me, just in my bits box, and you can see it's got a ball in there that rotates, but you can see the flow is quite limited, maybe 6mm, 8mm. Now you can buy full bore ball valves where you rotate the ball and it doesn't restrict the flow at all, and I wonder if swapping to those would fix this problem. Anyway, at this stage we'll probably leave it to a plumber, but I suspect that's what the problem is. Well, the plumber's here and it's me. 3 or 4 days later I said, look, don't bother, I'll change it. So this is the type of valve that's on. You can see the size of the hole. This is the type of valve I'm going to fit. I'm about to show you a test where I replace the shower head with a pressure gauge. If you do this test, you must turn that knob to cold that I'm showing with the arrow. With no water flowing, if you left that set to hot, basically you're creating a kettle which is sealed. At best, it would blow the pressure safety valve. At worst, it could be an explosion. So please be very careful. Before we put that big bore valve on, let's do a before test. And then when we're finished, we can do the after test. So I'll zoom into this, but you'll be able to see that it's showing a static pressure of 2 bar. Now, there's no tanks in this house. That's the water pressure coming straight in off the street. The shower should work as long as it's got at least 1 bar of pressure. But look what happens when I turn the sink tap on in this bathroom. So, water off, drain pipes, change it out, and then we'll repeat that pressure test and see what we've gained, if anything. Right, now let's repeat the test. The shower's turned on, that's what the buzzing is. 2 bars, static pressure. I'll go and turn on the cold tap now on the sink. Now you can see it falling and it's down to 1 bar. Now, in theory that shower should work at 1 bar. But it's still not great, is it? But it's better, because it was 3/4 of a bar before. So the pressure has improved, and it may be enough to run the shower, but it's still not great. Now what we have noticed is, when we were testing this and we had the sink tap turned on, I went downstairs and I turned the tap on the sink in the kitchen, and this pressure dropped to almost 0. But when we put the pressure tester on the outside tap, which is just by the sink, and turn the sink tap on, the pressure holds up perfectly well. So I do wonder if there isn't another one of these valves in the line somewhere downstairs. We'll go and have a look at that. We may find nothing. I hope it was useful to somebody anyway, at least as far as it goes. Once we'd fitted that unrestricted ball valve, the shower was fine. It doesn't look much change on the gauge. The minimum requirement for that shower is 1 bar, and so now they can shower. If somebody turns the tap on in the bathroom, it still works absolutely fine. And we discovered actually that one feed pipe feeds another 3 appliances. So altogether that was 6 appliances off that pipe, and they could have been used separately, so you could have had 2 or 3 running at once. Well, that's probably more detail than you ever wanted, but I hope it's been useful to somebody. Thanks for watching Haxby Shed.